Finding himself in a new role, Caretaker Minister Kyei-Mensah-Bonsu quickly adapted and delivered the budget statement. He spoke of the economic gains government had raked in before COVID-19 struck. He further outlined the economic growth targets for government this year.
Wages and salaries are projected to amount to 25.799 billion and constitute 22.7% of total expenditure, including arrears clearance for 2021. As a percentage of GDP, the wage bill is projected to be 5.9% in 2021 compared to 6.5% recorded in 2020. Use of goods and service is also projected at 5.967 billion or 1.4% of GDP. This represents 5.2% of projected total expenditure, including arrears clearance. Mr. Speaker, interest payments are projected at 35.864 billion, equivalent to 8.3% of GDP in 2021. Of this amount, domestic interest payments will constitute an amount of 28.368 billion Ghana cedis. Transfers to statutory funds, as well as all other earmark funds, are estimated at 18.081 billion, that is 4.2% of GDP, representing 52.2% growth over the recorded outturn of 2020. Mr. Speaker, capital expenditure is projected at 11.423 billion, that is 2.6% of GDP in 2021, a decline of 5.5% over the 2020 outturn.
The government in the budget introduced new taxes such as the sanitation and pollution levy, increment in VAT, tax on betting, increment in road tolls, among others. Kyei-Mensah-Bonsu indicated how the revenues raised will be spent, for instance, in the health sector.
Speaker, I will therefore highlight the performance of key sectors in 2020, as well as programs and activities planned for the implementation in 2021. Health. Mr. Speaker, in pursuit of government's health infrastructure drive, including Agenda 111, the ministry awarded contracts for the construction of 101 district hospitals, 7 regional hospitals, and 3 psychiatric hospitals. In 2021, the implementation of these projects would continue. In addition, the following health infrastructure projects were completed in 2020. Staff housing for 4 district hospitals at Chifopraso, Tepa, Nsoko, and Bekwai district hospitals. District hospitals in Sola, Tolon, Somenya, Buipe, Huita, and the polyclinic in Bamboy. 9 CHIPS components at Wiaboman, Greater Accra region, Achilifo, Bono region, Kofi Asua, Bono region, Manti Wareso, Bono half region, Amachi Krom, Bono region, Mirin Bono region, Samproso, Ashanti region, Koforodia near Offenso, Ashanti region, Akaso, Western region. Mr. Speaker, to expand health workforce, government recruited 58,191 personnel into the various agencies in the health system. Out of this, 50,970 were permanent staff, and the remaining 7,000 were temporary workers in 2020. Mr. Speaker, in 2021, government will continue with the construction of the following health infrastructure projects: the Koforidua Regional Hospital, Shama District Hospital, the La General Hospital, the Tema Regional Hospital, reconstruction of the Central Medical Store, District Hospital in Kranza, Accident and Emergency Center, Doma Hospital.
Expenditure on the education sector also featured strongly.
Mr. Speaker, in line with the commitment to ensure adequate logistics for effective administration of schools and educational directorates, government procured and distributed 840 pickup trucks, and 350 buses. In addition, 2,000 motorbikes were distributed to circuit supervisors to enhance monitoring in their line of duty. Speaker, in recognition at the basic education program level, in recognition of the important role of infrastructure in the quest to provide basic education for all children, a total number of 195 basic education projects were completed in 2020. In 2021, government will continue with those ongoing infrastructure projects. Mr. Speaker, government in 2020 absorbed the examination registration fees for 403,878 candidates from the public junior high schools across the country. In 2021, the registration fees of 416,066 candidates from public junior high schools will also be absorbed. The Speaker, can I take that again? In 2021, the registration fees for 416,066 candidates from public junior high schools will also be absorbed. The Speaker, the implementation of the free senior high school program has resulted in increased demand for secondary education. The total number of beneficiaries from the 2019-2020 academic year was 1,200,580 students.
Members of the House will begin debate on the statement next Tuesday.